Hi, this is Zatmir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Thursday, the 10th of August. Starting off with the S&P, where we had a bull trap island top, and we were thinking that it's either 45, 20, 30 is a best case scenario, or 45, 44, 50, 60 is potential support after the market peaked out at the end of last month. Still might have to factor in a test of the 50-day moving average at 44. 26 at the moment, but it's still probably favoring the highest probability setback, which was down to 44, 50, 60. Want to clear back above 45.20 really to be sure that we're back on our way to the upside, and that potential move up to 47.30 at the top of that wide August 2022 price channel could be on its way by the end of next month. The other negative at the moment, RSI back below 50, so in the mid 40s, which does suggest that there could be a little bit more downside towards that 50-day line, or hopefully a bit higher. Moving along to the stocks, and starting off with Array Technologies, which gapped up yesterday, as many of these situations do. Bear trap gap reversal through the 50 and 200-day moving averages. Probably ideally we want to see the shares remain above that rising 200-day line around $20.40. We're really lucky, then we won't even have an end-of-day close back below that late May resistance line, which is now potentially support around $21.50. But that's the best case. On the upside, looking for $27.60 at that February resistance line projection, which is effectively the top of the triangle the shares have been in over the past 2 or 3 months. On to a stock which I haven't covered here before, but here it is for the first time, making a debut. Very exciting. China Liberal Education, which sounds like a bit of an oxymoron, but obviously we love oxymorons. Rising trend channel there from back in September last year. Top of the channel there heading for $3.50, and we're looking for that while we remain above the recent broken support at $2.20. So a nice setup there in the making at China Liberal. Moving along to a stock which is also on the front foot at the moment, Celsius Holdings, gap through resistance by quite some distance. Old resistance around $157. The longer we stay above that, the greater the chance of a move to the top of that rising trend channel from the turn of the year, as high as $207. Maybe we could see that by the end of next month. The support yesterday towards 160, but basically the ideal scenario here is that we stay on the right side, I suppose, of $165 ahead of a potential move through $200. Moving along to another situation which is of interest at the moment, Computer Task Group, massive move here, and we've got a rising trend channel there. The top of the channel there as high as $11.10, and ideally want to see the shares remain above $9.75, which was resistance on the way down on that situation, if there is indeed to be any further progress made. On to the stock which is looking like a sort of repeat of the previous one, Decibel Therapeutics. Gap from the low of the range to the top of the recent range. The old peak there around $4.70. That was back in May, and we're really relying on the shares to remain above that and make progress towards the top of a rising trend channel from September last year. That is at $7, and hopefully we'll see that by the end of next month and won't have any sustained price action back below the $4.70 level. Liveperson is next, and looking at this interesting setup, we've got this rising trend channel base, and above the 50-day moving average around $4.30. We're looking for as high as $6.60 by the end of this month. There is obviously the 200-day line there at $8 to chase, but I think for the end of this month, and allowing the shares some respite from their move yesterday, then above the $4 and the 30 area and the 50-day line, looking for $6.60 over the near term. Another stock which is making decent moves at the moment is Mirati, and here we've had a bear trap, island bear trap reversal, which is should be a pretty strong signal, bullish divergence going into it. So let's assume that there'll be decent momentum with people caught short of the stock. Ideally, we stay above the top of the gap down that we had back last month, around $33.50. Above that initial target around $40.50, which is a May resistance line. Best case scenario target maybe by the end of next month as high as $57 at a late February resistance line. But the reason we're so optimistic in relative terms is that bullish divergence and the bear trap island reversal as well. That would have probably caught people out. Moving along to the situation at Marqeta. Here we've got a rising trend channel base, and we've broken above the 200-day line around $5.50. The longer we stay above that 200-day line, the greater the chance of a move to $6.80 or 90 by the end of this month. But obviously one can't rule out the shares wanting to fill that gap down to $5. Next situation is one which is a decent turnaround in the sense that we had the gap, we had a bear trap island reversal then, March to May, remained largely above the 200-day moving average since then. That's around $5.20. Initial target here up to $7.70 at the top of that rising trend channel from March. Next level up is $10 at the January price channel top, hopefully by the end of next month. But the key here, I think, staying above that 50-day line around $5.80. We progress to PMB Pharmaceuticals here. Beautiful break of the 200-day moving average, very clean break around $7.20. We've also broken through recent resistance from July, $7.90, and the longer we stay above that, the greater the chance of move to $12 as soon as the end of next month. So a nice turnaround there. The situation at Poseida is also one which is of note. Bear trap gap reversal, bullish divergence, finding support on the 200-day moving average. Let's call that $2. The longer we stay above $2, the greater the chance of a move to $4, perhaps as soon as the end of this month, given the very strong action at and above the 50-day line. On to the last few. The first one here is one of the bigger rises of yesterday, Tango Therapeutics. Massive gap to the upside through the 200-day line as well. The hope here is that old resistance on the way down, $7.20, will cap any setback, and above that we're looking for as high as $11.30 by the end of this month. But just difficult to get the exact retracement point. It could be down towards $6.40, the next level down, but we're looking for the $7.20 area as the first port of call. T-Stamp is next, and this is one that we've been following quite keenly, given the bear trap reversal that we had at the start of the month. We've seen the shares find support between the 50 and 200-day moving averages. End of day close through the 200-day line at around $2.60. Could take the shares up to $4.10 by the end of this month. So good look there. On to Toast, and here you can see that the shares have gapped up off the 200-day moving average and gone above the 50-day line at $22.40. Above that 50-day line, looking for the top of that rising trend channel from the early part of last year, as high as $27.80. And that could be seen by the end of this month. Bringing up the rear is this stock, which is United Insurance. Beautiful breakout there that we've got. Very strong candle there as well. Opening at the low, closing at the high after the gap higher. So it's just everything you want to see in terms of strong price action. That means we're looking for the top of the rising trend channel from back in September last year, as high as $8.80 by the end of this month, and probably much sooner. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.